Hey guys, it's Kazi back again, and I have to say, thank you guys very much for the support on the last video. To be honest, I wasn't too sure it was gonna do that well, and many people are gonna watch it, but to my surprise, everybody seemed to like it, and I'm only here to make more. So, as I said, I appreciate it a lot, and there are only more to come. So, today, I'm gonna be talking about leaving your childhood home and starting anew. This is a very relatable topic for me, as I've just recently moved to Canada, a year and a half ago. Ever since I was a little kid, I was fascinated with Canada, and I wanted to move there so badly. Like, my dad used to take me there, and I used to see my sister up here and her family, and just the place, the cold weather, getting a break from the Jamaican scorching heat. It was so nice and it was so refreshing. And I always imagined, wow, if I ever get to move to this place, my life would be perfect, right? Like, I don't think I could ever be unhappy living in this place. Like, that's it. Like, my life is complete once I go to Canada, right? Boy, was I in for a surprise. But yeah, I got my wish. I finally got my wish on November 11th, 2021, I believe. Yeah, that was the day I moved to Canada. I made the move to Hamilton, Ontario. I have to say, it's been an interesting journey since I've come here. Interesting to say the least, right? It's definitely been very interesting. I came here on the 11th, I think it was in the night, and I moved in with my sister and her boyfriend. That was also a very interesting journey. It took a lot of convincing of my parents to, make me come here, because I'm my mom's only child, I'm my mom's only son, and I'm my dad's second child. And, let's just say they weren't too keen to lose me or to have me go, right? Because basically I moved there when I was 16. Yeah, my parents, I've been with them I was with them my entire life up till that point. And, it's hard letting go. Yeah, I guess I loved one like that, to just put them out into the real world and expose them to the elements. Back when I left Jamaica, it was at that stage that everybody that was in my year, so like a majority of the people that I would have known, a lot of people were moving. And yeah, it's like I'm not really the only person that was like done this journey. A lot of people from Jamaica at the time had moved away from their families, and so I'm sure they're all going through their own thing, and their families are all going through their own thing. That was part of my argument into why I told my parents to let me leave, because I was like, everybody's going away and I want to go away too. I don't want to stay in this place, right? Because at the time I hated Jamaica. I moved to my sister's house. My dad came up with me for a couple weeks to just get me to school, get me sorted, get me furniture, all the essentials you need to move. And then I was on my own, right? I was on my own, and I was there. I was in Canada. That was my dream. I finally got to be in the place, where all my dreams would come true type. And I finally got rid of Jamaica, and finally here. So I would say the biggest adjustment was school, right? Because school makes up the majority of my life, right? So, bro, I was so delusional before I came to Canada. I thought, I'm gonna create this whole new personality when I go to my new school, and everybody's gonna love me, and I'm gonna get all the girls and all this kind of stuff, right? And bro, when I came to my new school, I was a socially anxious bastard. And taking mind, this was like during COVID, so I had to wear, like, everybody's wearing masks, so this is peak, and like social distancing and everything, so this is peak anti-social times. And as I said, I went in there, I kept to myself, I always had my AirPods in, the antisocial package, right? And it turned out the realistical best way somebody that's behaving like that could hope. For the first couple of months, I didn't have any friends. I wasn't talking to anybody, and it was pretty lonely, right? And yeah, it was like, looking back at it now, I was stupid for being that delusional and thinking that it was gonna be some like movie where the new kid comes and everybody's like, hey, like talking to you and interested in you and that kind of stuff. Because real life is not like that, and especially Canadians are not like that. Like, it's really the opposite. The school situation was very different, and especially because everybody basically has their friend groups and everything. And as I said, I was very socially anxious, so I felt kind of opposed as to try and go introduce myself, because I thought people would think I'm weird and why is he coming to talk to me and all this kind of stuff. I eventually kind of grew out of this like anti-socialness, because I had to, unless I would have not met anyone and not spoken to anybody. Yeah, it's this really leads into the expectations that you should have as a person that's moving and, you know, leaving your childhood home like I did. It doesn't have to be to a different country like me. It can just even be to a different state or different city, or just it could even be in the same city but you're just moving away from your parents. I'd say I would tell you to not even have expectations, right? Because it might just be completely different from what you'd expect. Have realistic expectations. I don't think, especially if you were not having the quote-unquote best life before, don't expect that you're gonna just move and all your problems are gonna go away, because a new place doesn't fix your problems, you just bring them along with you, right? But yeah, about your expectations, the specific one is that, you know, as I said, meeting new people is one of the most relevant ones, I would say, because as I said, in Canada, in my opinion, the Canadian people are, and this is obviously there are exceptions to this, but I've commonly observed between Canadian people that they're very closed off and very reserved. And take into mind, I'm coming from Jamaica, where people are much more warm and, you know, vibesy, and just everybody's a community. Yeah, I come to Canada and it's really just like everybody's just so, you know, everybody is just to themselves. And yeah, you have a one or two people that are like, you know, yeah, as I said, you have some Caribbean people that are nice and whatever, but it's if anybody that's moving to Canada, I wouldn't tell you to, or maybe the different places are different, but especially where I am, the people are not so much so, you know, I wouldn't say that they're unfriendly, but they're just not necessarily the most warm people, especially if you're coming from a place that has a very warm community like sense of environment. Especially if you don't go and talk to them first, you're not gonna really meet anybody. Even if you do go talk to them, you have some people that you talk to and it's like these people are looking at, is that these people are like in their head, they're like, yo, f off and stop talking to me. That's like the vibe that some of these people get. And like a lot, what you might encounter is that people will give you like a friendly like facade-ish vibe when you first meet them. They'll be like, we're friendly, we don't bite, and you know, we're very friendly people, so you can come talk to us. But what you realize is that like it's just it's more of like I feel like it's more of a formality that people try to do to not look like assholes. Another part of the expectations is like it's realizing that the world doesn't revolve around you anymore. You have to have this kind of more independent mindset. So it's like when you're at home with your parents in your childhood home, you know, your parents would, you know, basically be there. They're the primary loving forces in your life that, you know, are providing for you and doing basically out for you. If you're in a situation similar to mine, I wasn't making my own food. I wasn't washing for myself. I wasn't cleaning up for cleaning my entire space for myself. I wasn't taking myself to places. Like I would get driven by my parents. I said now I have to cook for myself. Well, I only cook breakfast. I have to clean my bathroom, my bedroom. I have to take the bus to school. Basically, I have to be much more independent as an individual, right? I'm not 100% perfect on these things, but you know, I do make an effort, right? A conscious effort. You know, when you move to a new place, a new environment, you realize that, you know, life exists outside of your little personal bubble. You have to understand that when things do hit you down, and things will hit you down in life, it is a given, right? You really can't just stay down and just, you know, play dead like you're in a movie. You have to get up back on your feet. So yeah, you have to kind of be conscious of that. There is a world outside of you. It's not just you in this world. You're gonna have to like adjust to that, and it helps you, because becoming independent is a crucial thing, I would say, to living a successful and fulfilling life. And it's just, you know, it's good to be able to do things for yourself. One of the things I learned when I moved to Canada is discovering yourself. I would say that is one of the most like, it's with moving to a new place, whether you like it or not, you will learn about yourself. You will discover things about yourself that you did not know before. Whether it is the things that make you tick, the things that make you don't tick, the things you like, the things you don't like, how you get along with certain type of people, how you don't get along with certain type of people. Anything that just really has to do with your personality as a whole. It's very strange how much we really do think we know about ourselves until we're put into an uncomfortable situation, because that's when your true human nature comes out. That's when your true human nature, like, you know, rears its ugly head to show you, you know, this ugly shadow behind me is really who I am as a person. and not this like facade of, you know, okayness and alrightness that I have when I'm in the comfort of my parents' home and when I'm back home in Jamaica, when I'm with my childhood friend. I feel like it's when you're in that space of true discomfort, you reveal yourself, one, and then you discover yourself. And I would say learning about yourself is very crucial, right? Because I don't think you can truly be fulfilled unless you can like be introspective, unless you can flip the lenses inwards and look inside your soul, your body. Like, I don't mean to sound like I'm some sort of like spiritual like hippie or something, but like I really do mean that. Like, I think it's important to know who you are as a person, to become who you need to be as a person, or who you are meant to be as a person. There also do come some, like, I would say, some negatives with this, because, and it truly is about perspective, but there do come some like bad parts, because this stress and negative emotion and discomfort that it does take to find yourself out. And I said, I haven't even fully found myself out yet. I'm still here learning about myself. Every single day I learn about myself and I try to improve on things. But I would say, yeah, I still haven't done it. And I still don't think I'm anywhere near close to figuring who I am. I'm still not 100% sure who Cameron Cowell is. The stress that comes with this discovering yourself stage of your life, it can be tolling on your mind, right? I've definitely experienced that. Like, the things that you can go through being in a new place, being in an uncomfortable environment, it does get hard at times. I know that for 100% fact. Anybody that has moved away from their home can relate with this, that they've definitely undergone hard times before, and their parents are not there to, you know, have them in their arms like a baby and whatever, help them, not there to coddle them anymore. They really just do have to rough it, because life is rough at times. And those negatives are the foundation of the positives, but they are negatives. They are tolling at times, and they don't necessarily feel the best. And especially in my situation, I said I undergone some serious hard times, whether it was from, you know, living with my sister, the hardships I encountered there, any of the places I was living in, I encountered some hardships. And even attending my school, and a year and a half ago, that was my new school, I discovered some things about myself that I had to, you know, as I said, undergo some difficulties to, you know, really learn. And as I said, the outcome is good, but while I was experiencing those things, I definitely hated them, and I wish I could get out of them. But you go through some hard things. Life has its ups and life has its downs, and you go through those downs so you can reflect on them in the future and move past them and then experience the new downs. But the thing is, there are no ups without downs, right? They're just things that go in the direction that's the sky, right? But they're not really ups without the downs, so you have to have both. That's what I believe. That point leads me into the other thing that I learned about being in Canada, and as I said, it ties into what I was saying a while ago, that life truly is very harsh. Yeah, it's very brutal, right? Like, I think that's definitely one of the things that our parents tried to protect us from as a child, I believe, in some circumstances, because I said, I know not everybody's situation is the same, but I do believe that a lot of parents do try to protect their children from, you know, as I said, the harsh realities of life and how brutal it can be, because that's basically, you know, living, like, experiencing that, like, head on, like, full face front. It's basically living like an adult. But yeah, it's a fact that, you know, life is very harsh. It can be unforgiving, and they say it can kick you down. But, you know, you just have to get back up. You have to get back up each time. And that's one thing I'm trying to improve on, that getting back up every time, because it's not about you getting hit down, right? It's the thing is, like, I feel like in modern day society, we demonize failure so much without even realizing that, you know, failure is the key to success, right? And it's like, if you really do look at it with like a positive perspective, failure, there's no such thing as failure, right? It's not failure unless you stop trying. This is basically applicable to anything in life. You can't be good at everything, right? There's some people that are great at a lot of things, and I wouldn't say it's realistic to say that that's the majority of us, because it's not me. But you can improve at anything, right? You can improve at anything. The only way you can do this is by, you know, you keep on trying. If you have a positive mindset and, you know, the will to keep on trying, even if you don't do things to the 100%, just even if you do things to the 1%, just keep on trying every day. Just get up and start anew and say, I'm gonna try again today. The things will align, right? The things will align, and the good things that are coming to you will come. But you do have to have that positive mindset. I don't even mean to say that just to like sound like every other person that gives advice or tries to speak and help people. But no, you really do have to have the mindset that you are capable of achieving these things, even when you don't feel like you are. That's the key, right? Because you can't tell yourself you can achieve these things when you feel like you can achieve these things, because then you're just reaffirming yourself. But it's when you don't feel like you're capable of doing anything, you have to be like, no. This is a limiting belief that I don't know if it's society that causes us to believe like this or what. Also, I think it's just generally human nature, like telling yourself that we can't do things rather than actually trying to go and make the effort to logic out and use our reasoning to find solutions and then apply them into our daily lives. I think it's just easier to just say, no, I can't do this, and I'm just gonna give up on it. No, unfortunately, if we want to be able to achieve these things and have a fulfilling life, we can't do that. We have to get up and try every day. And even if it takes a year, if it takes 2 years, if it takes 10 years, you have to just keep on going, keep on putting your one step forward, one step forward, one step forward, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. You just have to keep on going. And as I said, this is something that I'm trying to master myself, and I'm far from at where I want to be, but I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna keep on trying, because I know that I have the potential to be great, and I know that I can do it, and I know that I will do it. I will do it, because the battle starts in here first. The real life things, they all come after. Right? But if you tell yourself here that I can't do it, it's not, you're not even gonna try to do it, right? And the truth be told is, as much as the human mind wants to like believe it has the intuition and the deduction to say, oh well, realistically I can't do this, I can't get this girl, I can't get this job, I can't make this successful YouTube channel, I can't do any of these things. You don't know. It's just human nature has evolved to try and survive, right? To try and live the longest. And your brain just does these things to make you not have to like encounter any danger. And we may not be in like risk of actual danger now, but the equivalent would be things, negative feelings, which our ancestors, when they would have these negative feelings, it would, mean that they're in danger, but now we're not. Yeah, you just have to have the will to keep on going. And I feel like that's the most important. I went on a tangent there, but that fact that the life is very brutal, it's something that I said, everybody that moves, they realize it. And especially if you're not living with family, that is something that will hit you very well, because as I said, when you're far away from your family, as much as you can call them and go on video calls and all that kind of stuff for them to support you, that physical distance, you do feel it. And in your hardest of times, that will play a factor. That definitely will play a factor, that distance away from those people that you do love. On the topic of the people that you do love, another thing that I learned is appreciation for the people that I love. And specifically my parents, right? I have a level of gratitude for my parents that I never did when I was living with them. Majority of teenagers nowadays I wouldn't say have perfect relationships with their parents. I know I didn't. Truth be told is, this day and age is, I would say, probably one of the hardest times it is to be a teenager, with social media and the recent pandemic and all of the things in this modern day and age that are so fucked up, that just make it so hard to exist, especially as a young person. And then it's even harder, I believe, to be a parent, because here's another truth. Our parents, they truly do love us in most cases, right? Obviously there are exceptions, but I'd like to say the majority of our parents truly do love us and care for us. We might want to just think they're horrible people that just want to control our lives and just be demons and make our lives as horrible as possible, but that's just not true, right? They truly do love us and they truly do care for us. It's not until you're in a situation like this where you're so far from them and you don't have the things that they do for you daily, the small things that your parents would do for you. When you don't have those things anymore, that's when you truly do you do develop a sense of appreciation for them. Like even in my case, the way that my mother used to take care of me when I would get sick, and on Fridays when she would pick me up from school, the conversations I would have in the car, that was good foolishness. I miss that stuff so much. And even in a situation like my father, I definitely had the farthest thing from a wholesome father and son relationship with my dad, especially in the more recent time, near to me moving to Canada. And I have to say, now I can say with 100% certainty, and it might sound bad that maybe I couldn't say with 100% certainty before, but now I can say with 100% certainty that I actually do love my father. The man has been there for me, when I would say not many people were, and he's just been my number one supporter. My mom is my number one supporter too, but he's just really been there every step of the way with me. As I said, we want to, when we have the luxury of our parents just by our sides all the time, we really don't appreciate the things that they do for us so much, and we just want to always focus, as I said, on like the things that we perceive as negative from them, and I said demonize our parents. But truth be told is they really do love us, and you don't want the case to be that, and I'm sure majority of the people watching this have heard this before, don't wait till too long, because if you waited too long and you wait till they're gone and then you can't tell them that you love them anymore, you can't tell them that you appreciate them anymore, you're going to regret it. And I mean, like, yeah, that's about true, isn't it? Like, I don't make sense I repeat that, like, coming from our own mouth. It's true. I said I do appreciate my parents, and I do appreciate the things that they did for me in my childhood and the things that they do for me now. And also, I did also develop a sense of appreciation for my home, Jamaica, the land of wood and water. When I lived in that place, I hated it. If you come here, people probably if you come to Canada or America, people rave over Jamaica and love it. They even try and mimic our slang or like language or whatever. It's horrible at times, but you get the point. And the people in Jamaica hate it and want to get out, right? That was me. I was in that situation. I would be the first person to hate on Jamaica and bash on Jamaica and talk about I want to leave Jamaica and this and that and this and that. And yes, Jamaica does have its bad parts, I'm not going to lie, and those bad parts are really bad, but Jamaica does have its good parts too, and those good parts are really good, so it kind of does make up for it. And I said, as much as I used to hate it now, the first place I go when I have my holidays is Jamaica, and I just have so much fun, going to parties with my friends, going to beaches, seeing my family, all that kind of stuff. It's such a appreciable experience. Is that the word, appreciable? It's such a experience I'm able to be grateful for now, more that I don't have it as much. As I said, it really does go to show you don't know what you have until they lose you, right? And that's, as I said, that I've learned that lesson for sure, 100%. Coming to Canada has made me, love my parents more and love my home more, and I'm grateful to Canada for that. I don't know if you can hear me, Canada, but I'm grateful to you. That's about it, really. This has been a very memorable experience in good ways and in bad ways. I've wanted to speak about this, as I said, for the longest while. I just never got a chance to. Now I get to voice it out and get to share my experience. And it's not done yet. Still a ways to go. But I do really appreciate this opportunity I've been given to move here, and I hope that the people that I know and people out there that I don't know, I hope that they're able to relate with my experience, if not the whole thing, just some small bits. I do think that some of these things are universal experiences with people that do leave their home. Yeah, I want to give people a sense of like resonance, and as I said in my past video, that the feeling that they're not alone in their struggles, and that other people really are experiencing these things too. And I want people to be able to relate and almost like find solitude in the videos. So yeah, that's really that's about it. As I said again, I really do appreciate all the support I got on my last video. I was not expecting that. I really am grateful. As I said, there are more videos, much more videos to come. I don't know, forgetting, been a while since English class. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, and also let me know, give me some feedback, let me know what you would like to see, and let me know what you thought of the video. As I said, I really do enjoy this thing. I enjoy recording these videos, I enjoy talking, and I enjoy editing the videos too. It's a bit tedious at times, but I do enjoy it. Yeah, honestly, that's about it. So it's been your boy Kazi, and I'm out.